Kicking it with you guys. How you got my chat room guys, man? We are talking about you don't have a dating problem. That's the good news, gentlemen. You just have an identity problem. Let's talk about that for a second. You see, guys, most of you guys out here struggle with dating. Most of you guys are having those problems because most of you guys are studying the wrong subject. Most of you guys are out here studying women. You're studying attraction. You're studying what to say. You're studying how to say it. You're studying how to carry yourselves to produce different results. And all you're doing all day long is actually consuming content. And all you're doing is applying frameworks and patterns to certain things, wearing different kinds of clothing. That's what's so cool about things. And what's happening right now is what most guys don't understand is here's what the pattern is actually saying about you, okay? The pattern that you're holding. It says something about you that you don't even realize. It's a different woman, the same outcome, the same feeling that you have. And it's not telling you that you need a better strategy. It's not telling you that women are complicated. You see what I'm saying? For many of you guys out here, it's just that you just haven't found the right you yet. I was about to say, you thought I was going to say the right one, but I'm saying the right you. Because right now you're studying from what we call a open loop, which is probably the problem that a lot of you guys are having. You see, the undecided individual out there doesn't understand that he cannot produce a certain kind of outcome because of the way you think about yourself, no matter how good your strategy is. And that's what we're going to be talking about. And I know what that cycle feels like, okay? You meet someone, everything starts off well, there is momentum, there is connection, there is something that feels really, really real. And then somewhere in the middle of it, you just lose yourself in the process. And then all of a sudden, because you have an open loop, you start adjusting, you start moving to the left, and you quietly begin to reshape who you are to yourself. And that's not what the situation or the woman is actually asking for. And you always ask yourself, why is this not working out for me? What am I actually doing wrong? But underneath all of that, you can feel something shift. And that thing that is shifting, as long as you guys are moving as far as an open loop, is that shift is that you just don't have that identity, okay? You're burying yourself in what you think you need to be versus who you actually are. And that's what we're going to just be discussing. And this is what most guys are just not ready to hear. You don't have a dating problem. It's just a light identity problem being an open loop, gentlemen. And dating does not create it. It is bought on by the light that you can no longer look at, okay? And this is actually where, when things go wrong for you guys, where the conversation stops. That's where it starts, because what you have to understand is an open loop person is always going to enter every relationship, every interaction, every date, everything that he's doing the same way without a standard, okay? And if you don't have that standard, you're always going to be up for a negotiation. And without an internal foundation that tells you clearly, without hesitation, who you are, this is who I need to be, this is how I drive, this is how I talk to women, this is how I move with women, this is how I text women, this is how I am with women, you're not going to understand that. And what's happening is that you're always going to not move the way you are because you would not have learned the game to accept yourself and accept who you are. And what happens is if you don't accept yourself for who you are, then you're going to have millions of problems. And the guy out there, you know, you don't need a relationship to tell you these things. The thing is, you need to carry something in you in learning the game, gentlemen, that is actually going to keep you grounded. A part of you that has an understanding and an energy and a direction that you have to say that, you know what, I am not my words, I am not the date, I am not the woman, I am not what she thinks about me, I am not rejection, I am not fear, I am not these things. Because when you can actually look in the mirror and appreciate the man in the mirror, everything begins to change, especially if you're a student of the game. And a man who is truly one of one does not reshape himself around a woman that wants him to be. I'm already something defined. I'm already something decided. And either she is going to fit into my world, gentlemen, or she's not. That's the truth. No ifs, ands, or buts, because it's about me. This is not about being arrogant or everything, or being an a-hole that the internet tries you to do, because see, the game is going to show you the difference between open and closed loops. How you interact with the woman versus how you actually interact with yourself when you learn a game. But the game can only teach that from a person who is ready to learn who he is on the inside, his identity. And if you can only get a person, you can only keep, losing yourself if you keep looking at yourself from the outside, okay? Dating cannot give you an identity. YouTube can't. Text messages can't. There are things out there that cannot give you an identity except you, the man in the mirror. You are the only one that can give yourself an identity, and that's what we're talking about in the game right here. These things ain't helping. So the thing that you really gotta take a moment and ask yourself this question before your next interaction with a woman or reaching out to her. The question: do I know who I am? Am I an independent person, or I'm dependent on what that woman is going to say to me? Who are you right now, okay? When nothing's on the line, who am I? What am I? And when you get that answer, you have to be honest with yourself. And if you know that you are struggling, it is time to step up and learn the game. And this is where the real world comes in at. It's not the approach. It's not the text messages saying, oh my God, let me send this to her, let me send that to her. It's not in any of that, okay? That is just an open loop. But what I'm saying to you guys, once you learn the game and the loop begins to close, your reality is going to shift first. Not the way you see the world, but how you see yourself. And the way you see yourself is going to change the way of how you walk into a room and look at women versus how you look at yourself when you walk into a room, man. The game is beautiful, guys. Soak up the game. Guys, if you enjoy this video, please check this video out right here. It's going to connect a lot of things to you. Just remember, you don't have a dating problem. You just have an identity one.